In 2011, I graduated with my doctorate in physical therapy. And then I met my future wife, Erica Waller, and it's been wonderful. I mean, a lot of changes happened, not only graduating from school, then getting married, then buying a new house, moving, getting a new job, and then had a beautiful baby girl, Shay Sydney Waller. It's been special, it's been great. With my marriage to Erica, I obtained a beautiful stepdaughter in Reese Jordan Furman. Reese is wonderful too. She's been a great inspiration for her younger sister. Having a TBI has affected my whole life, every facet of my life. It affects my concentration, it affects my work life, it affects my marriage. I'm certainly very frustrating for my wife. I know that for a fact. Not remembering certain things and having to have things a certain structured way. I know that's been challenging for Erica. In terms of my brain injury, the worst part about it is that it never goes away. It's a part of my life every moment of every day. It affects the way I think, it affects the way I live, it affects the way I have to maintain some sort of structure in my life with everything I do. That's a challenge. That's a challenge because it seems sort of it's more about me and less about others. I hate being that way, but we're working through it. I cope most effectively with the strategies that I have to use every moment of every day. I write a lot of things down. I keep a lot of things in my iPhone just to be able to remind me of where I met this person or where I was a certain day, to kind of piece things all together again. I think that in terms of, I lost my train of thought. One strategy, it's stop and breathe. One of the major trigger points that I have is stress. And when stress is high, I lose track of my strategies and offend my wife, offend people. I'm less in tune with what's going on in the moment when stress is around. And stress can come all the time. It's part of everyone's life. I know having moved, bought a house, sold a house, a new job, a new marriage, a new child, all beautiful, wonderful things, but that's like 3 of the 5 life's worst stressful moments, and they're all happened to me within a year and a half. So I know I was dealt with a lot of stress, and that made it a lot harder. I need to be structured. I need to have things dialed in and simplified in order for me to just calm down. After moving into our new house, a year later, and on my baby girl's first birthday, I found out that I was diagnosed with a chronic myeloid leukemia. And there's only 30 documented cases in the world, so they really didn't have any data to know how to treat it. So it's a pretty amazing. That was stressful for my family. I really have taken it in stride. I'm confident that we're gonna kind of just live through this and do fine. My family has been there through thick and thin, through all of my issues. My father, my stepmother, my mom, my sister, but now my new family is gonna be by my side all the way through. I need to consistently use my strategies. I need to surround myself with people that support me and that care about me and that are patient with me. Just trying to take one day at a time, be happy, be kind, and realize how lucky I really am to be here.
In 2011, we actually left California and we bought a house in Olympia, Washington State. I love it up there. It's a lot cooler. Our house is beautiful. So then I'm going to college, community college, just the basic classes, reading, writing, and math. I've also been going to the brain injury support group. It's other people with the brain injuries, but also we have their caregivers or their wives or their husbands or their kids.
Currently, I'm running the Olympia Brain Injury Support Group, which Jason attends, and we actually started about 9 years ago. My roles involve sending emails out with notifications saying, hey, we have a group coming up on such and such date. Also, like I tend to run their Christmas parties and I do the barbecue once a year, which is really great. We have, say, about maybe 40 people that show up.
You have a really big group every month. We also have a great time. You tell them your name, you're a survivor or caregiver, and what you like about the program, talking to other brain injuries, and but it's very important to me, and it actually makes me feel like my family, but because they also have struggles like the same as me. The American Lake VA, which is up in Tacoma. I used to go there all the time, for speech, because it's very very hard for me to talk. But now I normally go to the dental, and we go for the eye appointment, and I have actually a primary doctor. But before, like I was going there all the time, just learning how to do a speech. Then I lost a lot of weight. I lost 62 pounds. I went to the gym for like 5 days, and I was eating very healthy food. And but then I was just losing pounds. A little bit better than I used to be. Right? Yeah. Just move it. Just move this way. Do it like you're going punching. Right? So fast. Yeah.
Charlie's upside down. So this is Charlie, my little munchkin. This is Charlie May. Charlie just turned 8 months old, just on Friday. So yeah, she's 8 months old. Charlie was early, so I was prepping to go to work. Life was normal. My water broke. I had to text my manager at the last minute and say, I'm not coming to work tomorrow. But being a mom is great. I'm not sleeping as much as I used to. But it's sure fun to watch her grow and change and react to things and smile at stuff. And kind of reminds you to be happy about the simple things. She grounds me. She's my little pumpkin. Since I was last filmed, I've had a lot of high points in my life. I met my husband.
As soon as I saw her across the dance floor, we met at a little blues club. I thought, hey, I want to dance with her. And we spent all night dancing, and it was really special evenings. I fell for her pretty quickly.
We got engaged. We got married. Had a beautiful little girl. Andrew and I bought our first house together in Colorado. It was a beautiful house. I became certified as a rehab nurse. I started going back to school. I'm going to graduate school. Going to grad school now is harder with my memory issues and my fatigue. I mean, part of it is the fact I'm going back to school with a little girl. That's hard for most people anyway. Going back to school, working full-time, and having an infant is much harder for me. I read really slowly, so it's hard for me to stay on top of my schoolwork, maintain what I'm doing with school and work and her and having a life. It's very busy. Regarding TBI, I still feel like I face challenges every day, but I feel very fortunate that even though I still feel the TBI symptoms every day and I still have to kind of deal with it, that I'm doing so well in life. TBI still affects me with memory largely, memory and speech. It still affects me, my balance and fatigue. I get overwhelmed at things easier than others do, or stressed at things easier than others do. I'm constantly working at that, trying to make that not a reality.
The biggest thing right now is Charlie. And see? So, but yeah, it's pretty tremendous watching Kristen, balance work, balance school, balance a little kid. It's really incredible.
And then there's this part of being a mother where you plan to do something in the day, and I'm looking at the camera and I'm talking, and Charlie just starts to put her fingers in my mouth. And, she has her own plan of what we're doing today. And it's not my plan usually.
Ian McFarland, Melissa Coleman. Ian, I wanted to ask you to talk about your reunion with Ricochet just before the film. What was that like?
My reunion with Ricochet was very exciting and very joyful.
Ian, I know it's very hard for you to watch this film. We totally get that, totally understand it. And I'm really proud of you for being willing to watch it and do 2 interviews recently with the press and showing the wisdom to make the comment that you understand the film will really contribute to the greater good. Tell us how you're doing today and a little bit about your life, including all the amazing activities that you're involved with.
I'm doing okay, and some of the activities I'm doing are adaptive skiing.
We go off jumps and down the black slopes and over the half pipe. It's a really cool experience.
And horseback riding.
I am so amazed at Ian's progress, and he keeps progressing. Every day he is doing new things, and the village of people around us that contribute to his progression, that he's never plateaued. He keeps going. The bar keeps being raised, and he keeps meeting it. I'm proud of Ian's grit, and he is my inspiration and my hero, and I'm so proud of him and all he's accomplished.
I'm very proud of Ian. He's been my silently adopted son. I already have a son and a daughter anyway, but I feel like he's my own.
We can never do enough, not only for the individuals that are unfortunately involved with traumatic brain injury, but also their families, because their families are heroes, much more so than anybody will ever realize.
I've been working with patients with stroke and brain injury since the very beginning of my career, and really the absolute fulfillment that you get from seeing these people and seeing how you can change their life and how they can change your life at the same time is just, it's unbelievable. And I couldn't be prouder of Ian and all the people up here and all the people that have helped him.
When I first saw Ian in post-injury, he wasn't moving much, he wasn't speaking, and I knew that his father surfed. And so I had just a brief moment alone with him. And I said, I think you'd ever want to surf again. And he moved, and the way his body moved, it was clear that it meant something to him, something very deep to him. I felt a commitment to get him back in the water at that point. Hey, I want to do something. But I did very little, except for make phone calls. You know, it was really the community that jumped in.
And the community, the gratitude in my heart is deep, and I couldn't have done it without you. And I love you guys, and thanks for being here and loving Ian and my family. Ian is where he is, and Lauren and Luke are where they are because of each of you. And I'm so thankful. When this happened, I knew that I needed to be here. And it's been my highest honor and greatest joy, and there's no place I'd rather be.
Thank you so much.
After the accident, a lot of people did come and step up and like offered very special therapies and ways to help him get better, and it's working because all these people are very special to us, and he's doing so much better, and he keeps improving every day. We can see something new that he's doing well with.
Melissa, maybe you could just touch on the challenges facing caregivers and how you deal with it.
I have to say, again, you guys are my caregiver support, and it's hard, and some days you wonder how you get through it, but your family calls and your friends call, and they come pick up the kids and come to therapy, and Lauren and Luke go to his therapies and go to his doctor's appointments, and they're so amazing. And just every day being with these three is just joy, and we have our groove, and we have our family and friends supporting us, and so it's a beautiful thing. So thank you, my caregiver support.
A lot of my friends from school and people that I've met over the years came to see the movie, and a lot of them came to me after the movie and talked to me about how amazing the movie was, and some of them had this injury, and it was really moving. A lot of people have helped me over the years, and I feel really good about all of the people that have been supporting me. My family's played an important role in my journey, and my family's been very supportive, very loving. My journey in school has been very fun. We've done a lot of art, and I made a roller coaster for my science class, and it's made out of paper and poster board.
He has a very creative mind, and we used to make art together. We are in the same art class, and I can see how he makes his own art, and his art is very special and it's unique.
He's got that adventure from life that his parents had that he continues on, and he loves horseback riding, and he loves the adventure and has a beautiful quest for life that continues.
My family's been very supportive because they've been trusting me with my life.
Being a part of this family is very important to me because everybody in this family is very encouraging and kind, and they're always there for you no matter what. And we can all support each other, even though sometimes it's tough to get through, but we do it anyway. Ian has always been very good at surfing. It's in his blood, and he and his dad always used to go, and the moment he was able to stand up by himself on the wave was probably one of the most special days for our dad. After the accident, Ian, when he got back in the water, it was very healing, and because he always went out with his dad, so it was he was able to make a connection again with his dad.
You have to have a lot of determination and willpower to be really strong inside and out to get through your normal life.
Ian is probably the most amazing brother ever. He's always been so funny, and he has a great sense of humor, and he always has this happy energy that flows through our house. He is very playful and energetic, and he's always a person to step up and keep going. It's hard for him to give up, And so it's very good to have someone like that in my life.
We joined this brain injury community, and one of the group meetups, they had us say our names. I said, my name is Ian, and I'm a 10-year brain injury survivor. And someone said, you have tenure. That was a funny comment.
Yes, I know it's a long, hard